Hey there, YouTube. Petey Twofinger here with a Minecraft playing modification which is called Tekkit Legends. So that Tekkit means a technical kit. So Tekkit means it's expanded Minecraft. You can build machines which require power. So there's solar power, gasoline power, combustion engines. There's steam engines and a nuclear reactor. You can build a rocket and go to the moon. There's no oxygen, so you have to build a moon base. It's extremely complicated. So if you would like to check this out, I will be giving you more information on how to do that very shortly. I have some additional mods installed. This is where I'm trying to breed livestock, which would help me to get leather and see the little babies. After they eat, maybe they'll reproduce. Yeah, and we have another baby. So eventually that will be full, and I can also use the wool from the sheeps. So, is that audio? Are you guys getting that? Try turning it up a little bit. So, that is my farm section. It's really loud on my end. I hope it's not as annoying for you guys. Here is a base that I built. I've got rubber trees over here, and you harvest the sap to make wire. It's used for the insulation because Tekkit, you build contraptions and machines. It is really cool, especially for someone who likes gadgets and stuff. Now this was a mountain that I hollowed out and filled it with glass. That's all that's left with the mountain. But this was my first base. I had a running quarry, which is an automated digging machine that is 64 by 64, which is pretty big, and it's got a actuated laser harvesting machine that goes around automating, drilling out the earth all the way down to the bottom. And the bricks come out of a tubing system that you build. You can hook it up to sort it. So it'll sort out, all the gold that it finds goes to a chest which is gold. All the diamonds go to a diamond chest. And what's really cool, you can build something called a macerator. And the macerator doubles your yield. So it powderizes the good stuff, and then you put that back together, cook it to make an ingot, and you get twice as much when you run it through this maceration process. Now, basically, we're going to take this train here because I found oil on the other side of the map, and I used a mining laser, which is basically a what do we do? It's basically a laser pistol and it's really saves your time. That helped me in the process of making the tunnel. I just kept running and shooting and running and shooting, and pretty soon I had a pretty impressive railway journey. So we're going to take that journey as if I can. What am I doing wrong here? There we go. And I'm going to talk about the mod as we ride. So it is called, that's a little loud. I'm going to try turning that down for you guys. The modification is a mod pack. So it installs something like 75 or 76 individual modifications, including Galacticraft, and that's the one that enables you to go to the moon. Now, if you want to play this, you need a registered version of Minecraft, and then you go to what's called Tekkit Launcher. Tekkit. You download that, and that will let you install whatever mod you would like. In this case, it's the Tekkit Legends pack. Now, I like something called X-Ray, which we can see here, lets you see. It eliminates all the other useless blocks and just shows you the money stuff. So that's cheating. But I like to use that. I also like to use something called Too Many Items. where I can go in too many items, type in diamond, and there, whatever I want, I hit click and I just got it. You can change day to night, shut the rain off, restore your health and your food level. So it's cheating. And if you have too many items, you don't really need X-ray, but it's nice to have them both. Now, when you install the mod pack, you don't go to your Minecraft folder. You go to the Tekkit folder. And here we're arriving at the train station where we found oil. The Tekkit folder is in the same place, app data / roaming. And inside of there that have the resources folder where you install a texture pack called Pure DB Craft, and that gives you the graphics and the extra shading to make it look wonderful, these clouds, and then the graphics for the extra items such as this unique mining laser. So that's kind of important. Everybody who runs Tekkit, is usually running the same texture pack, and that's SPHAX or SPAX Pure DB Craft. Now, in addition to that, there is a patch specifically for SPHAX Pure DB Craft texture pack that is synced for Tekkit Legends. So both of those, you need the 64 resolution. The 128's buggy. Get the 64, and this isn't 64-bit, it's the 64 resolution size. And then you want to grab the Tekkit Legends patch. As far as that goes, I also installed Optifine, which is, it optimizes your graphics, and that went in the mods folder, along with too many items and the X-ray mod. So that's how I installed all this. Now at this point, I'm going to hit my up key, and that's going to allow me to fly. We're going to take a look at these water pumps. I built all of these. There's a few of them, and they use a brick called a fluid teleport pipe, and I have it assigned to frequency 212. So I can build all sorts of different water tanks and have receivers on them assigned to receive only in different frequencies. So I can throw this water wherever I need it, technically. So here we have, there was oil here, and I built this oil derrick, and we'll take a look at what I have going on the top. On the roof, I have solar panels, medium voltage solar panels, and this is the box that recharges this MFSU is like a transformer box, and it recharges the mining laser. So I should have some fully charged units here. And then as we go down to the first level, you can see this is a pump running off of redstone engines, which is sending crude oil to a frequency of 298, which would probably be this tank here. This tank here, I labeled it with a sign, and sure enough, it's wow, I am really fumbling at these keys. 298 channel from well to something only, rec only. I'm not sure what I meant by that. Now you can see here, this is gasoline. I've refined this, and this is going to be going out on a channel of, it's disabled now, but it runs to 508 through 515, because there's 7 or 8 of those tanks right now full of the gasoline. So how this setup works, it's kind of complicated. I initially was thinking I was going to do double duty. I was going to build a row of combustion engines and use those to interface power to my refineries. And then once I had refined all my fuel, I would switch over the channel and have it power the quarries. I have a test quarry here I was telling you about, building a sorting system, running a macerator to double my ore and diamonds, and then the mass fabricator takes all your unwanted blocks, meaning your cobblestone, your sand and dirt, and through the joys of alchemy, this mass fabrication machine. Mass goes in, meaning your waste blocks, and what comes out is up to you. You can make diamonds, you can make gold, you can make whatever you want. So this is the quarry. I have to hook power up to it. I will hook up some gold power cabling, and I will hook up a remote receiver and set it to the channel, and there you go. It will build itself along these dimensions that I've set. This is a small quarry. I have a maximum size quarry planned out to set up over here. As you can see, these blue lines, these are landmarks. And right now it's kind of, I don't have all four set up. I've got one high and one low, but this will give you an idea of the size of the quarry. This is one side of it. We'll run to over here, and then over here. So basically it's that big. And my plan is to run 4 quarries. So it will be this entire screen that we're looking at, the entire 2/3. If we cut off 1/3 of the right side of the screen and then cut that left 2/3 into quarters, that will represent the 4 quarries. And then I'm going to build a sorting machine, which is going to live in this area over here. I have to set up the sorting machine. Now, as you see, I have a lot of water tanks. These combustion engines are water hungry, and they will blow. They will fail. So here's fuel going into the combustion engine. They're connected with connect piping. This is a bank of 8 engines, and there is the remote or the power teleport pipe. So I've got 2 banks of 8 motors, so it's 16 motors here with dual water tanks, a tank here and a tank here. And I have yet to put the pumps, excuse me. The pipes are under the ground. Here is some temporary oil storage. This is crude that has been pumped, and it's awaiting being run through the refineries. There's 4 refineries here that are set up to receive wireless power. This is the fuel tanks that run the combustion engines that produce the power to run the refinery. Now, I also have some steam engines helping out here, which I can shut those off. They're kind of keeping it running for a minute because I had a problem. They're just barely running. You can see that on the left, the fluctuating number. I would much rather have that be 10,000, and then it would be running at capacity. But what happened was, when I had built this system, I was running it off of crude. And when I got the gasoline, I pumped all the crude out of these tanks and built this row of tanks over here as temp storage. And then I took the refined fuel and filled these tanks up. And then I started running my refinery powered combustion engines off the refined gasoline. And it ran at a higher temperature, and it required more water. So I added a second pipe with a second set of 3 pumps, and it drained the tank. It drained these massively tall main tanks over a period of about 20 minutes when I was playing around with the video editing. You can see some of these haven't recovered yet. So I have a choice at this moment. I can either build another set of, I think it's 16 water tanks on this line, and then interface those with some pumps here, or I could maybe put the tanks in the back here. I would have to move these. This is more crude back here because it's kind of a complicated setup. And like I said, I was initially going to just build one bank of 16 combustion engines, these here, and then I could change the frequencies, so either assign it to the refinery or assign it to the quarry. And I'm thinking, well, then when I'm quarrying, I'm not going to be able to refine, and at some point I'm going to run out of fuel. So that's not how we're doing it. We have set up a whole nother bank of motors that are dedicated, power for the quarry. And I do that, I have everything ready to go, and then I find out, oh, running your combustion engines off refined fuel is creating a system failure. So you have to double your water intake. So initially it was designed that these would be fuel tanks, this would be the water tank for the secondary mass power system. Now I've added these fuel tanks off on the side of the engines, and they're going to be running dual aqua tanks for cooling with a series of 3 redstone engines on each tank pumping in to keep this combustion engine cooled. So the combustion engines, they're no good. You really need to build a nuclear reactor. Or I'm thinking the geothermal is probably going to be better than combustion. They do have the Stirling engines, which are steam engines, but they're no good. So right now I can either shut off my my refinery power bank, the combustion engines. You can see they're full of water and fuel inside the motor, but these tanks here, they really they get drained because I double dipped on them. And I can add on here and give me a little longer running time. But to be honest, I really think what I need to do is set up another bank of pumps. And this is messy here. I added the second water line because originally it was just this one water line here, and then I did this going in like that with those pumps floating up in the air, and I really don't like that. So this is the Tekkit mod. My plans are to keep on playing with this to get 4 quarries simultaneously running off of a system that will sort everything out to the appropriate places, meaning the precious metals are going to go into a macerator and be smelted and have the yields doubled, and my waste material is going to go to a mass fabricator and be converted into something useful. That's what I want to do. So let me know what you think of the Tekkit mod. My heart go out to my wife's family. We lost Norbert. Uncle Norb, he passed away. He had served his country. He was a gentleman. He was a hard-working family man. And it's always sad when we lose a fellow human being. But this was a heartbreaker because he was one of the good ones. So I just wanted to say how much I'm going to miss Uncle Norby and how much I really do love my wife's family, despite our differences and the fact that they haven't really warmed up to me. I'm a newcomer. I've only been around for 30 years now, but I'm sticking to my guns. Anyway, you guys, thanks for joining me for Minecraft, and let me know if you enjoyed this type of content. You know what? Before I let you go, I should mention I did a Minecraft series in 2014 where everything that I said was misinformation. I said Minecraft was from Norway, that the guy who coded it was named Finch. I went after a diamond. That was the end of the series, and it wasn't a diamond. It was a lapis lazuli, and I dropped it in the diamond and burnt into the lava and burnt up. Well, I knew that was a character I was doing. A lot of people watched that, and they just thought that I was really like something's wrong with me. Like I don't really know what I'm talking about at all, but I made a video and acted like I did. That was a joke. Okay, that's not me. This is me. And I have some old world save stuff, tours of my world. If you're a Minecraft fan, look that up. I was doing some real crazy stuff back then. Real crazy stuff. Trust me. I took Minecraft too far. And especially the vanilla thing. So I was unable to play it for a very long time. And now I'm back thanks to this Tekkit, this technical kit modification. It's mind-numbingly expanded and so much fun and rewarding. I just have to say, for me, just nerfing everything really isn't fun. So I'm just trying to figure out how to get this system to work. And once I have that a good grasp on that, I'm going to start over and do just a regular survival game. Survival. Minecraft. It's going back to that video I made where I really didn't know what I was talking about. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me, you guys,